Hello everybody and welcome to more drawing with R&D. One of these two bars lowers the music, and I think it's that one. I think that one lowers the music, but I don't know for sure. I gotta lower the music for myself because it's just a little bit too loud in my ears. We're gonna lower that for me. Hopefully it's okay for you. I had the chat popped up. I have my sketchbook at the front of me, and we are all ready to go, but I don't actually know what we're drawing. So I figured, since I got you all here, what are we gonna draw? What do we think? We have a few options for drawing things. We can do more fan art like we did today. Ouch, my ears. It's too silent. What's too silent? Am I too silent? Everything's too silent. Okay, so what do we want to draw is the real question. Do we want to draw some... I gotta put like all my bracelet on. Earth-chan. Do we want to draw... We want to draw Earth-chan. We want a pear-shaped Earth-chan was kind of my thought before the stream ended. Is that what we want to do? I would be okay with that. I think I have the body type-ish kind of settled. I might have to do a little bit of some reference research on my phone. Unfortunately, Bohobo isn't here, but we have fixed the problem of the camera autofocusing, so yay us. I'm drawing your cat. Draw some still life. What kind of still life? Would be nice. Godless cranium girl? It doesn't have to be human, but I will say that my specialty is in sort of humanish things. I'm not sure how good I am at other things, so you're gonna have to help me out with that. We could do Godless Cranium, which was something that I thought about doing anyway, was Godless Cranium. So we could do that. I have absolutely no problem with doing Godless Cranium if that's what we want to do. I had also thought about, so we have some options of doing things like Microbloganism obviously needs himself a bit of some fan art from me, so we could do Microbloganism. Geo had actually challenged me to do one of him, like a Geo Streber fan art, which would be hilarious, and I kind of have an idea of like a long-necked sexy librarian just for him, so we could do that. We could also do one, the other person that's on the list is Professor Stick, so we could do some Professor Stick fan art, which would be also kind of funny. Draw a rock. Is rock really what we're... You should probably put a link to the Streamlabs in your video and live stream description. I probably should. I don't have one. If you're live, I will try to add that at the end of whatever it is that we're going to do. But for now, you can always do that. A pink and yellow cube. So my one problem with doing a Microbloganism fan art is that I'm not that good at coloring yet, so I feel kind of awkward doing the coloring bit. Like, I don't want to do that, so we're definitely not going to get the coloring. If we do that, we're not going to color it anyway. So that's not going to happen. As a warm-up, I suggest you draw a sheet of blank paper. Well, done. That was easy. So let's see, what should we do for options? Okay, so we got Geo Streber, and we have, how about we limit it to Geo Streber or Professor Stick as our options for tonight. I'm gonna let you all pick what you would like to do, if you would prefer to do Geo Streber or if you would like to do Professor Stick. I kind of have, mostly because for both of them I kind of have an idea of what I want to do, because I have been thinking about it for a little while of like what they should look like. I have a pretty good like sexy, you know, scientist idea going for Professor Stick, and I think it'd be hilarious. Also, I think it'd be hilarious, but like a giant, just, you know, stick figure helmet on somebody, and I think that would be great. Use a fresh sketchbook and make some Professor Stick animations. I wish I could do I wish I could animate. I'm really not that good at it. Do a combination of the two? Oh no, no, that would be terrible. You can actually. Oh yes, I can actually solve a Rubik's cube. This is what I do to like. This is my before fidget cubes were a thing. This is, or fidget spinners or whatever. This is my fidget spinner. This has been my fidget spinner for years. Yes, and I can actually solve it. Just, yeah, that's the thing that I can do. I'm just not. So okay. So actually, and I should throw in a third option, because I would like to draw Earth-chan. I think, or pear-shaped Earth-chan. I think would be hilarious. I don't know if I have necessarily the research to do both of them, and I cocked this up. I was like all showing off about how I can do a Rubik's cube, and then I cocked it up because I was talking at the same time as I was trying to solve it. So I could do pair Earth-chan, but I think that would be far, like, without any reference material. I think I would struggle with it, but you know, hey, watching me struggle is kind of a thing that we do all the time. So Dr. Geostick, oh no. Have you tried solving that thing with your feet? Not yet. That is, solving it with my feet is a little bit beyond my skill level. So no, I haven't. We're getting pretty close to solving this one though. And I will probably get it done if I can, you know, get my shit together. And I'm trying to talk and solve at the same time, which does not usually end well. Oh, we're actually really close to solving it. Never mind. I take it back. I'm obviously a lot better at this than I thought I was. Okay. So let's stick with Professor Stick or GeoStrebber. Those are going to be our options for tonight. Professor Stick or GeoStrebber. Which one would you all like to see get some fan art? Vote in the channel with socks on a wooden floor. Man, we are like, draw a slice of pizza. That, I mean, a pixelated pizza. I could probably do that. I can't actually see the colors anymore because I'm trying to like look over my microphone and do this. Okay, this is like mostly done. Wait, yes. I don't. Okay, we're gonna finish this cube now because now this cube has like all of my attention instead of the chat. So GeoStrebber, Professor Stick, vote in the chat. We got Professor Stick. We got 2 votes, 3 votes for Professor Stick. So Professor Stick is looking pretty good, and like I said, I already have some reference material for how I want to draw Professor Stick. So I'm pretty sure that will go relatively smoothly. There we go. This is not a rolled up. This is like the crappiest Rubik's cube. Maybe that should be the next thing that I do. Is an actual Rubik's cube. Like a real Rubik's cube. There you go. Solved. This is my fidget spinner. This is whatever. I needed something to hold while I did that. Okay, Professor Stick. So I actually did have a idea for what I wanted to do for Professor Stick. Do I want to put it up here? I don't. You know what? I'm gonna grab my phone to look it up. Because I actually did have a Professor Stick idea a bit ago. The problem, of course, is how do we draw his head? Like, because that is honestly the biggest trouble is drawing his head, right? But what I was thinking for Professor Stick is obviously we got to get that like nice I can't do that one. I'm trying to show. Okay, so we got to get that nice oh, I got to turn down the thing. Okay, we got to get that nice lab coat look, and I thought this would be a pretty good lab coat look. Something like this, sort of half open lab coat. How were we gonna get Professor Stick hidden? That is beyond me. But this is what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking something around this sort of area with just, you know, a nice sexy open lab coat. I need a better pencil sharpener. Where did my better pencil sharpener? There it is. I'll go. So I think that's what we'll do. So as always, because I am lame, we will start at the head, and try to get ourselves a nice circle. Can R&D draw a circle this late at night? Yes, he can. So we get a nice circle. So the problem with Professor Stick is that he doesn't have a head. Or he does. He's a stick figure. I mean, that's honestly is the problem with this. All of this is that he's a stick figure. Okay, well, thanks for watching, Micro. Thank you very much, as always. By the way, in case you care, donations are still open, or yeah, donations and super chat is still open. Boobs, just to give you a rundown, because I haven't actually managed to, of course, because I just ended the last stream, I haven't actually managed to add new boobs to it, but old boobs are still here. That sounded wrong, and this is how my life is now. Talk about boobs all the time. Boobs are still available, and they should do that. So if you really want to interrupt the drawing process, that is how you do it. Super chat or boobs, super chat or donations will do that to you. Where did I put the boobs that I was going to use as a reference? There they are. Okay, we're going to put those to the side there so that I can see them, but you can't, so that you all think that I am far more talented than I actually am. So we'll go there. Hopefully the music isn't too quiet or too loud. You'll have to tell me on that, because I can hear it on my end, but it sounds very different on my end than it does on your end. So please let me know if it's too quiet or too loud. We will... there we go. That's a little bit better for a face. I feel like this face isn't quite long enough, but we will see. It's not long enough. I don't feel like it's long enough. This is where I struggle a lot. Is sort of the beginning part. Like I can never quite draw a face like I should. There we go. That's a little bit better. And we have sort of like a higher angle. I think we're gonna have like a higher angle today for this. So we're gonna be sort of looking down at Professor Stick today. So how do we get Professor Stick on here? That's really the big part, right? Like how do we get Professor Stick on there? Because like, so when I originally thought about drawing Professor Stick, I had thought, you know, draw the body, right? Draw a sexy body, and then like draw a big head and put, you know, eyeballs, right? But I feel like that might be a little lame, so I don't want to necessarily do that. So I'm thinking instead of doing that, that maybe we do a normal drawing, but maybe give it some of the professor's. So Professor Stick, if nothing else, like drawing him is really easy, because you're really just drawing a circle and 2 lines and like grumpy lines, and there, like Professor Stick fan art done. There, I did it, right? Stream over. Fuck you. So that's what we got to work with. So I was trying to figure out how to translate this into something a little bit more sexy. Because that is the whole point of my stream, really, is to make this just a little bit sexier than just rehashing other things. So should we make like a bigger head? I know that we can easily incorporate sort of the, you know, the lab coat. That's easy enough, right? Like no problem there when it comes to. I had a wine. Oh, I ran out of wine a while ago. No problem there. Incorporating the lab coat is easy. But what do we do after that? So we'll get some eyes going here. Man, those eyes are like really alien looking. This one eye is not happy with you. Not happy with you, one random eye. Maybe a cardboard head behind it, like Ra in the Stargate movie. Huh? That'd be interesting. Like the whole 2-dimensional head thing is just a mask. That might be kind of interesting. I could see that. So I'm not happy with this head. Already I am not happy with this head. We're gonna make you just a little bit smaller head. Yeah, I think that's better. That's better. That's better. I made the original head like way too big. Way too big. So, okay. So we could do like, who does this? So we could do like a head here, right? So, and then do, you know, the eyebrows and then the, like that, like it's a mask. Just sort of sitting on the side of his head, which might be kind of cool. We could even, you know, if we do that, we could even do like, you know, a little stick figure there, which would be like the laziest way possible to do to add Professor Stick to a sexy lady. But you know, hey, we gotta add him in there somewhere. And like always, I suck at measuring things, so I have to genuinely be lazy about this and actually count how many heads how many heads high I'm doing, because I'm genuinely terrible at all the things that I do. Oh shit, that's on my phone. That's how my phone gets broken. So I did run out of wine, but I was prepared with beer. I know that I don't do this. This is the one beer of the week that I avoided, but I have already done a beer of the week of this, and I love Lucky Bucket. They are a great brewery. Highly recommend Lucky Bucket. Highly recommend them. They are awesome. If you're gonna do for a mask, I think Cannibal in Venice stick mask would work nicely. Carnival in Venice. Send me a link to what you're thinking about. Because I would like to see what you're thinking about there. Wow, I am like really good at one thing and one thing only, which is that I always make my hands like exactly 1.5 inches big. Okay. I'm very good about that. So we're gonna try to be a little bit better about chest this time. Like actually making more of a, so we'll go like there. And there. So we could do like a mask, like I said earlier. This is all just me sort of trying to get a general shape of heads here. I really want, what I would really like to do though, and which is why I kind of want to stop this, is I really want to get that top-down perspective going, where like, so Vice Rhinos was definitely like a head-on kind of thing, right? But this, I really wanted to be like us looking down at her. Cannibal in Venice. I'm gonna regret clicking on this link. I got the feeling. This category is unavailable. Well, thank you for sending me an unavailable category. Yeah, that's what I got there, is this category is unavailable. Okay, so we will try to... So, of course, the problem is... Well, not necessarily a problem, but it's not my forte. Just drawing from a perspective here. So this will actually get quite a bit smaller, I think, than usual. So the idea is we're looking at it from the top, and we're gonna see how well we do with that today. All right, so we'll do that. We'll get some arms going here. And arms, what they'll do, I think, is they'll go back, and then I think this is more or less booby length right there. And we'll have some hands sort of holding our coat open here. Okay, and we'll do the same thing here. Do hands down, sort of there-ish. And then we'll have them again sort of holding coat, and then we'll have the coat sort of start here and open up, and we'll have a nice like white lab coat for that. And if this isn't open enough, we'll fix that. And yep, nice little open lab coat. Maybe we'll have some beakers to make things better. Why do I imagine this supposedly muscular Professor Stick combusting a flat tard? We could do that. I mean, we could make her more muscular. This is just a skeleton stick figure inspiration. What that actually looks good on Twitter. We have some art to look at. Let's see. Okay, not found. Sorry. Either Google is being a dick, which it tends to be, but I can't actually get that one, Bohoble. I'm sorry. Okay, so we could do something around this, but we still haven't incorporated enough of Professor Stick. I like the mask idea. And we can make this mask bigger. It doesn't have to be this small. It could really like take up half. You know, it really could take up like half the face, and you know, be like whatever, right? And angry eyes. Which I would be perfectly okay with, as far as it comes to drawing Professor Stick. I don't know. Everything you guys are sending me is not showing up on my end, and I don't know why that is. So I can't, like, everything that people are sending me, I'm sorry, Fino, the things that you were sending, the things that everyone is sending me are not coming out right. So I'm just gonna keep going with this. So thoughts here are, I like this idea of making it like a big mask, but yeah, we can make it a big mask. I think that would be fine. What kind of hair? So we could do, so let's get some hair going. Sort of some sexy librarian, sexy librarian hair. Hello, Douglas Arts. Thank you very much for commenting on my video. I'm sorry that I can't comment back at the moment. But I'm trying to draw a thing. I really gotta get this one on Twitter. I haven't really. So we'll get some hair going with this. I'm thinking something like that. You know, some nice sort of curvy, wavy hair, like that. That's good. And then maybe a giant mask. Giant mask look good. Fire to stick. The sky. Oh, is that what it is? I think we'll do a big mask. I don't think we'll do the little baby Professor Stick. So we'll do that, and then thank you again, Mr. Douglas. I'm just kind of busy at the moment. Let's see. I want maybe. Are those lips a little bit too big? That's definitely a brunette. I think Professor Stick is most definitely a brunette. I really gotta tweet this show. If anybody's on Twitter, Bohobo, you're on Twitter. Tweet this if you want to, if you'd like to, if you want to help me out. Tweet this to Mr. Professor Stick. See if he wants to show up and help me and draw his avatar here. How do you feel about these lips? I kind of was going for sort of thicker lips, like, but I feel like I went overboard. Yeah, I feel like I went overboard with the lips. I like the tops though. I like the top of those lips. Those lips are nice and luscious. Nope. I cocked it up, guys. I cocked it up. It did not do so well there. This is such a trial and error. I tell you, drawing all this stuff is such trial and error. I gotta get a little closer. I really do want Professor Stick to have some nice, thick, luscious lips. Professor Stick, if you're listening to this, I do not think of you that way. But this is fan art, so deal with it. That is way too thick. It's way too thick. That, or I need to not have the split down the middle. One or the other needs to happen here. I'm struggling with these lips at the moment. They are not cooperating with me. They are just being a bit of a dick. You know, nothing wrong with thick lips. You know. That's better. Those lips are a little bit better right there. Let's fix this nose. Let's have a bit of a... What do you think? Should we have a bit of a pointier nose? Do we like the pointier nose, or do we like the... thank you, Bohobo, for mentioning Professor Stick on that. Do we like the pointier nose, or do we... I think I might need some new eraser. This eraser is just not cutting it for me. This eraser will, but it's also really fucking thick. Let's get some new eraser going here. I found old door razor. It's amazing find to move. Okay. You have a side smirk working pretty well. The side smirk is going pretty well, right? I'm okay with that. Nose though. Nose though. Do we... So nose-wise, do we want the pointier nose, or do we want the sort of not pointy nose? Wouldn't Stick also make a good wavy man puppet like used car salesman? Oh no, let's not do that. So we could do more of a pointy nose like that. We could do more of a round nose. What are we thinking? Well, you all decide on the kind of nose we want. Let's get some eyeballs going here. Don't worry, we'll fix the eyes. I know they're kind of alien looking at the moment. But we'll cut them off like here-ish anyway. To give ourselves some oh, that is like devilish looking. I like that. Some devilish looking lady we got here. We have a very devilish looking... Oh, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with like a little devilish looking Professor Stick. I think that's... I think sort of the higher raised eyes kind of go with him. I guess this is a her eventually, but more of a him like that. But this one, I'm not even gonna try with the eyebrows. The eyebrows gotta be this. Like, I'm not even gonna try to make them look feminine. They just gotta be almost a unibrow. Almost. Not quite a unibrow, but they gotta be like almost a unibrow. Just very straight out kind of things going here. Like that. You should be able to see a JPEG if I sent you on Twitter, DM. I should. Did you send me one? Damn, my Apple Pen ran out of charge. Not to wait a few minutes. Oh no. That's too bad. Happens to the best of us. Not me, because I don't have an Apple Pen. How is, so if you said Apple Pen, I'm assuming you have the new iPad? How is the new iPad? I've been curious about it. If you can't tell by my keyboard, I own a Mac. Are you enjoying the new, if you have the new iPad, are you enjoying it? What is your take on the Apple Pen? I have heard mixed things about it. I haven't actually heard a like artist say anything about it, so I would love to hear what an artist would have to say about an Apple Pen rather than, you know, us common folk. So we'll do something like that. Okay. And then I'm still like the idea of, even though she's got the very obvious eyebrows, of maybe doing a big head like that, and we'll erase this bit here like that. And then this head, or this mask, will have the professor's very detailed avatar. We're gonna start with the eyebrows first. Whoops, I can't even fucking draw a stick figure apparently today. Let's get this this one eye back a little bit. There we go. Nice evil. Oh man, she's looking rather evil looking. I like that. I like how evil you look, Professor Stick, today. You are looking pretty good. I have an iPad Pro and it's fucking brilliant with digital software. The Apple Pen is so satisfying when drawing. Oh, that's nice. Good. I'm glad you like it. Like I said, I've heard other reviews of the Apple whatevers, but not from an artist. So I'm glad to hear that from an artist. I've been really wanting to get a tablet myself. My wife has I bought my wife a Kindle whatever, some sort of Kindle, a while ago. And she's not much of a tablet user, so up until recently she wasn't actually using it very much, but she's finally kind of gotten into the groove of using a Kindle, at least for book reading, so that's good. I'm glad she's finally found the use for it. Which I hate to say, but the main reason that I got it for her was for us to stop buying so many goddamn books. If you notice during my streams, there's a crap ton of books for me. She's a bad girl tonight, and this is good. She's looking pretty bad. Of course, it's mainly due to the art software used, but so far it's smooth, glitches, and I can create really detailed artwork. What software are you using, if you don't mind me asking? I don't really know much about software. Much anymore. I mean, there's obviously the you know, almost ubiquitous whatchamacallit, Photoshop, but I know that there's a competitor to Photoshop that has come out, because Photoshop went on to, you know, from what I've seen, is now doing a monthly subscription rather than a, you know, buy me for, you know, $5,000 for life kind of thing. That they're now doing like a $45 or whatever a month subscription fee for it. Is that what you're using, or are you using something different? Because I know there's another one that sort of is like $50 or $60 all the time. I'll show you later my artwork on Discord. You'll see how awesome artwork looks at the end. I'm using it as a Sketch and Adobe Draw. Okay. I know there's another one. I can't remember the name of it. That I've seen some really good reviews of. But again, not by artists, just sort of general reviews. And about the software, and it's God, I wish I remember what it was called. But the whole thing behind it is that unlike Adobe Photoshop, it's not a subscription based. It's sort of a one-time, you know, you buy it once and you own it for life kind of software, which seems like a much better deal to me, but I'm not an artist, obviously, to me, than paying whatever $50 a month it is for Adobe Photoshop. I did learn how to do a lot of a lot of art on Photoshop. That was how I mainly learned, but this was back when like Wacom tablets were not just like the best, but they were the only thing that existed. Like back when owning a Wacom tablet was like owning a, like, you know, like paying for one was like paying for a car. Like back then was when I was learning. God, I'm old. That was when I was sort of learning to draw. Give it a little bit more definition there, and boobies should go, I think, right here-ish. We'll get ourselves some boobage going. And I can't draw even boobs for my fucking life depended on it. At all can I do that. That is not my thing. We stick to sticks are stick. Yeah. God. Yes, Corel Draw is a thing, but not on iPad. It's not Corel Draw. I've used Corel Draw in the past. I think Corel Draw was the first drawing program I ever, it was the first drawing program I ever used back in the day. I used to do Corel Draw, but that was way long ago. There's another one. I'm gonna have to find it. Because I've seen a couple of reviews of it. Prism? Does that sound right? I feel like that's right, but fuck if I know. It's, like I said, I'm not necessarily an artist. That boob is like way out to the side. Man, I am not the best at drawing boobs today. My boobs are sloppy today. It's a good thing we're not doing the longer and harder thing where we try to take R&D out of context. Because, yeah. Yep, because that would win. The only problem is that it takes a while to get used to the iPad. I think Telltale Atheist, I think that's what he does. He does iPad. All of his videos are on iPad. I asked him like a year or two ago. I think that's what he was doing. BrainChap Third is a third popular program. The best software to use is Photoshop if you're doing it on a Mac. I'm gonna have to look it up because I swear I could have sworn there was another one. But again, I'm not an artist. I'm just a guy who draws things every once in a while. So this is looking pretty good here. This Professor Stick has quite a big gap in his boobs. We'll just go with that. Just the biggest gap in his boobs. Why Professor Stick? Let's not have your shoulder bend weirdly like that. Just notice how odd it would be if your shoulder did that. Have your lab coat. Do a little bit of that. Do a little bit of that. Do a little bit of that. There we go. So yeah, we were talking. I think you were in the chat, Dex, about our next goal. My next goal for the channel to maybe be a drawing tablet. So I would ask you, what do you recommend? Do you enjoy more of the drawing tablet where you get to actually see what you're drawing, like you do with I think this needs to go further back just a little bit. I think that's our problem right here. like the iPad where you get to actually see what you're drawing as you're drawing it, or do you prefer the old school like Wacom tablet where you draw in front of you but it appears on the screen on the screen in front of you? Which one do you prefer? There seems to be a lot of popularity for Photoshop. I mean, I don't blame them. I used to know Photoshop quite a bit back in the day. It's been a while. Yeah, this is like the evilest Professor Stick we've ever seen. Dear Professor Stick, I'm sorry that I've drawn you as an evil bad guy, but you kind of are, honestly. Honestly, Professor Stick, you're... Man, my fucking eraser just died on me there. You're a bit of a evil genius, honestly. I fear what you will do when you actually become a doctor in something. Dr. Stick is probably going to be a very terrifying force for the universe to have to take down. You, my friend, are like the next Marvel supervillain. Let's lower this gap a little bit. Let's shorten this gap a little bit. Just a tad, just like that, just like that. We will do that. But yeah, if you know what kind of tablet you like, I would extremely enjoy. I would really like to know what kind of tablets people are using. And if you prefer the ones where you actually get to draw on the tablet, or if you prefer the ones where you get to draw on the screen, but you use a tablet as a means to get there, whatever those are called. I don't know what. There's probably a term for that, for those kinds of tablets. The difference between them. And this is where I get stuck. So somebody was telling me about, not somebody, specifically, I know names. Havoc was telling me about how much I suck at this. And that's alright, I do suck at this. But how much I suck at, doing the foreshadowing, or not foreshadowing. Sort of this kind of perspective where the arm is very clearly going in a certain direction. Like, oh, sorry, the arm is kind of going back away from the viewer, and I kind of have to try to get that, you know, that it's back there kind of motion. Wake up, you can create better drawing and have more opportunities, but iPad is a lot easier to use. Okay. I have seen a couple of reviews for sort of the cheaper models of tablets. Picasso, I want to say. Picasso, is that the one that has a set of, like, a tablet that sort of runs on some sort of, you know, Android OS, pretty much. And people seem to, you know, it's a nice, cheap, entry-level, this is going to be awkward. How do I do this? See, this is the problem that I'm having, that I don't seem to be able to get around right here, which is that I want to have the arm, I want to have the hand right here. Right, so I want to have the hand right here. Alright, whatever. So hand, that's a hand shape, right? So I want to have the hand right here. But then I still don't want the arm to actually stick out. I want it to still be right here. So it's gonna go like back to here, and then like right here is the elbow. And then my hands look weird when I do that. And that is currently what I am struggling with, is doing that. Sorry, I'm trying to get some of this gunk off of my eraser. That is currently what I'm having the biggest struggle with, is trying to get my hands to do that. Think of Wake Up is the best type of digital artwork technology, and iPad is the second best. Okay. Did you have pictures inspiring that pose? Maybe look back at how her arms looked. I did have a picture inspiring this pose, but it's not helping me. It really is not helping me at all. Because this is the part that I suck at. This really is the part that I fail miserably at. Is getting this kind of pose here. Cause like so I want to do like an elbow right here. So we do like that, right? And then like sleeve gets crumpled up right here. And then arm, we have an arm here. And then we have, nope, that's too much arm. This is the part that always gets me. Like this is the part of arms that always kind of really fucks with me. Just trying to get this perspective. Also, it doesn't help that I have a mic like in front of me. And sorry if my voice keeps changing volumes, but I'm trying to move mics out of the way. So look at that. Okay, so we got arm, right? Arm, and we have arm. Arm goes like that, and then yeah, this is honestly the part that I know that I need. I know that I need the most amount of work on is right here. Is this kind of arm movement where it's kind of looking at the camera? Not that I'm drawing at a camera, but is looking at a camera, and then I can't do that, and it always looks like this person has just the stumpiest little hands. And maybe some of that will get fixed with some shading, but it just, goddamn, I just don't seem to be able to get away from the fact that this person just looks like they have stumpy little hands. Right, like stumpy hands right there. And even if I draw them like right here, right, like so we have hands, you still have stumpy hands. Why do you have stumpy hands? Because R&D doesn't know how to draw hands. That's why. That's why. Because R&D just cannot draw hands. That is my excuse, and that's what I'm looking for. The whole let's create what am I looking at? Drawing from measurements is the bait of my abilities. I'm much better at drawing from observation. Yeah. Yeah. I can see that. I fucking struggle as hell. I do use a lot of references. I really can't. Very rarely have I been able to draw from like, entirely from my imagination. And I envy people who can. I think they are awesome. I am definitely not one of those people. Because I am looking at a reference right now, and she is not cooperating with me at all. Is she cooperating with me? Short finger, long finger, next long finger, and shorter finger. Thumb. See? God, that looks derpy as all hell. And I don't know how to fix that. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how to fix half of this nonsense. I really honestly don't. Like, I wish that I could say that I could fix it. But I'm not sure I can. So we got a thumb that's a little bit too short. Thumbs aren't that short. Ugh, thumbs. Me and thumbs. Me and thumbs do not get along, apparently. So, hands will forever be my downfall. Like, I cannot, for the life of me, draw hands. Hands will always be super difficult. Because I can't even draw proportional hands. That is how good I am at hand drawing, I tell you. And it shall help me repair a bunch of times. What? Any shape, dot click. Sounds like create your own personal dildo thing. It does kind of. Yeah, I haven't heard of that. What's any shape? That does sound like a like the product of madmen creating things. All right, I can do this. I can draw fingers. No, I can't. No, I cannot draw fingers, apparently. Apparently, fingers, I tell you, fingers and I are just not good friends at all. This is why I don't like, this is one of the reasons why I try to hide hands behind people. Some of my better drawings involve people like folding their hands so that they're not visible, because I do way better at that than I do at ever just drawing hands. Jeez Louise, I am terrible at this. I really, God, hands and I struggle a whole lot. We just don't get along. We really just don't. But this is looking good. We'll try to do a little bit better with this hand here. We'll start with, let's make Professor Stick just a little bit cheeky here. And enjoy the fact that he has boobs. People just having conversations. But you have so many thumbs to choose from. I know. Right one hand, when you have a camera pointed at your face, hold your hands up and look at the size. Full hand, at least size. That's true. You're probably right. I genuinely just struggle. This was honestly a struggle that I had when I was doing art more seriously. Which I keep saying like as if I was ever like the super seriousliest person in the world about art. But when I was more serious about art, I used to sit around and draw my hand. My art teacher at the time, we're gonna try to do like one of these dealios here like that. My art teacher at the time actually made me go out and draw hands and trees. Actually, one day she got really mad at me. I'm not sure if it was a bad thing. She got really mad at me, my art teacher, and was like, go draw trees for a day. And that was my assignment for a whole day. I had nothing to do but to draw trees. And so that's all I did for a whole day, was fill up my sketchbook with nothing but trees. 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers, like that. Look at that, I can count fingers. And that's all I could do for a whole day. She wouldn't let me back in the classroom. She wouldn't let me touch my artwork, my tablet, or my anything else that I had been working on until I drew trees for her. Because I was doing a forest scene and I was obviously struggling with trees. And so she's just like, yeah, just go draw them. Spend your whole day. Your whole day can be nothing more but tree drawing. And that's what I did. It sucked. It was awful. No, it wasn't. It wasn't like awful. It's just I really wish I would have learned my lesson at the time about drawing shit. So about drawing trees. This looks like you're wearing a glove rather than there are actually knuckles there. Knuckles, 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 knuckles. I kind of want you to be underneath like that. There we go. Like you're holding it from the collar like that. Or not, yeah, I guess that is the collar. So Professor Stick, this is the trouble that I go through for you to get you some fan art. So I sit around and torture myself about it. Is there a way to get Nightbot slightly less talkative? How talkative is he? I mean, I could. It's a little bit harder when it's, he's kind of set up to, and I don't want to mess with his settings, he's kind of set up to my normal streams. My normal streams are just a little bit busier. And so he's not really stopping because of that. He's kind of set up that if the stream slows down enough, he'll stop talking to you. So if you all shut up, he'll stop talking to you. Please don't shut up. You're the only company I have right now. Yeah, I mean we can, but they're all set on timers. All the messages and stuff are set on timers to remind people of shit. Oh, that's not bad. We're kind of getting there. Yeah, Nightbot's set on timers, and the way that Nightbot works, it's not actually by time. So if I set something for 10 minutes, it'll post things on the 10-minute mark. So it'll post things on like 10 minutes, and then again at 20, as opposed to like when the stream starts and then going 10 minutes. It doesn't care about when the stream starts. It cares about what time it is. So and so it's really hard to stagger things so that I don't have like multiple messages sort of going on at the same time. So no, that was a really long-winded way of me to say no. No, I can't really unstagger. I can't shut up Nightbot any more than he's already is shut up. Sorry. One way to avoid the problem is sketching the skeleton of a figure first so you can see the size of the hands are before exactly drawing. Yeah. I know unfortunately, it looks like Havoc went away for the night, which I don't blame him. But Havoc was going to help me with my drawing skills, which I would really appreciate. Like, I'm trying my best to learn. This is really a very, very big learning process for me. Because I really wish I was better at this stuff. I can only do so much. But I think with a little bit of shading, we might be okay here. All right, so we have Professor Stick, more or less here. We got so we got eyebrows that are way too sticky uppy for a real person. Which Professor Stick, honestly, gotta watch those eyebrows. If you watch this, you, my friend, are maybe a little bit too eyebrow happy. There we go. We'll keep your pointy chin. And all of this will go down to. So this is your lab coat. I feel like we gotta give Professor Stick something to carry in his pockets. So what should we give Professor Stick to carry in his pockets? Because lab coats do have those pockets. So what does a stick professor carry in his pockets is the real question. She does have a little bit of T-Rex DNA in her. I can't help it. I'm going to keep practicing. I'm going to keep practicing on hands. But for now, we have pockets to pockets. Honestly, that's like the big question at the moment is we have pockets. And what do we... No, nope, nope, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. You look awful. I don't know why I did that. There we go. I want a thing to stick in one of the pockets, and then I think we'll be pretty goodly done. Hello, Mr. X-List. Thank you for commenting on all my videos at once. A magnifying glass. That could be interesting. I could see that. So I'll have it sort of pushing out of the pocket. Like it's a little bit too big for the pocket, like that. Is just a little too big. That's gonna get taken out of context immediately. Almost immediately will that be taken out of context, won't it? Not to kill you here, but the right eye should be moved down a little bit. Should it? Probably should. We'll get back to the eyes. I will keep that in mind. So we'll make that go like that, like that, like that, so that it just barely fits in the pocket. We'll remove some of those lines there and there, like that, and then we will nope, 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 nope. I don't like that. I don't like that. There we go. It's better. There we go. And we'll sort of unlink that and unlink that, and just give us a little bit of like that. There we go. A magnifying glass that is too big to fit inside of Professor Stick's pocket. Okay, let's look at eyes. So we are complaining that the right eye is just a little bit too high. You're probably right. It probably is a little bit too high. So let's see what we can do to fix that one eye. Sorry, didn't mean to hit the camera. Just gets in the way. Cameras. And I hope you meant her eye and not Professor Stick's eye. Because if you meant Professor Stick's eye, I'm going to be like hella pissed. Her eye is just too big. This one eye is just too big, I feel like. Maybe that's the problem. Can I even out the eyes? That's the real question. Probably not. I honestly probably can't even out eyes. So I'm not that good at drawing. We need you where you are. Don't go to ice. The whole thing looks sketchy to me. Good. It should. Because this is a Professor Stick fan art, and if Professor Stick looks anything but sketchy, I have failed at my job. Whatever my job may be. So hopefully that'll fix that eye problem. So we have like a serial killer. Man, we have like a very serial killer looking Professor Stick here going. Anything else that Professor Stick needs before we call it a quits. So I think this has been a rather successful little drawing venture here. There's obviously still some shading to be done just about everywhere. There's still lots and lots of shading to be done. There, and there. Got some of the boob shading. Got some under boob shading. What else does Professor Stick shove into his lab coat? To any pocket protector? We can add a pocket protector to this pocket. So we could definitely, because this pocket is bulging, and that was kind of the joke. But we could add a pocket protector here to look hella lame. And we can add a couple of ballpoint pens to go there. Like that. A couple of ballpoint pens. And so we got that. Like that. Just a busty bust all around. Professor Stick, you are rather busty. Dear Professor Stick. So, how are we looking? Bulge, yeah. We had a bulge there, a little bit. So what do you think? We doing pretty good? I think we are. I think we have done pretty nicely with that one. I like it. I'm gonna call it quits on that one because I am hella tired. But thank you for like sticking around for extra bits of longer and harder, which are not longer and harder. I will try to get this a little bit more cleaned up tomorrow morning when it is not so goddamn late. For those of you who are here a little bit later than you should, I want to thank you all with a little bit of extra. Let's see. We will do that one. Nope. That one didn't do anything. That one did something, and I don't think I meant to actually do the thing that I wanted to do. That was my bad. Well, thank you with a little bit of extra that. So, little freebie there for you all. Thank you all for joining me for extra long times. We will next time Telltale. I still have microbloganism, GeoStrabber to do. I really gotta get the Geo one. The Geo one I had a really great idea for, so we're gonna try to get Geo done next. We'll see. So we will see. Thank you all for joining me. I will try to clean this up tomorrow morning when I am less tired. You all have yourselves a wonderful day. I have to check my Discord. I'm sure it's full of things that I have been ignoring. Thank you all for joining me tonight. I will see you all next time. Have yourselves a wonderful weekend. And I don't know, as always, have fun doing whatever the fuck you do.